And welcome back to NerdVine, where taglines are wildly inconsistent, but our dedication to wine is not. Last episode, I hinted that we would be discussing champagne, and now we are. We're going to cover some basics in this video, so if you still have questions at the end, rest assured there's a lot more to come for champagne. So first, let's address the name champagne. True champagnes only come from the Champagne region of France. Anything else is sparkling wine, and that's it. That's the whole debate. There are lots of other sparkling wines: Cremant, Prosecco, Cava, Franciacorta. We'll talk about all of them. But besides the 3 or 4 American champagnes, who were only allowed to keep that name, I think it was a 2006 agreement between the U.S. and the European Community or Committee on Trade and Wine. Anyway, you can only get champagne from Champagne, France. There's actually a funny joke where it's only existentialism if it comes from the existential region of France, and otherwise it's sparkling anxiety. Maybe that's only funny if you have sparkling anxiety. Anyway, so the most common grapes for champagne are Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, and Pinot Meunier, which are also 99% of the grapes grown in the Champagne region. We'll talk about all the others in yet another champagne video. There will be many of them, but let's just talk about some basics. So champagne gets its bubbles from the second in-bottle fermentation. At some point during a lab coat video, we'll talk about the fermentation process of wine, but for now, just know second fermentation happens in the bottle, producing CO2, and that's one of the main reasons that the champagne method, also called the traditional method or méthode traditionnelle, that the champagne has small, sharp bubbles as opposed to the tank method or the Charmat method where you get bigger, gentler bubbles. It's a lot, I know. Hang in there, you're doing great. In fact, let's just drink. We'll cover more later. I'm super excited to tell you about this bottle of Chanoine Frères Reserve Privé. Not only is Chanoine Frères the second oldest champagne house, Renoir is the oldest, but the head winemaker, Isabelle Tellier, is one of the first women to hold that position or title in a champagne house. Again, future episode, we'll talk about how influential women have been in Champagne's history because it's wild. But basically, Isabelle is a total badass, responsible not just for formulating all of the cuvées, but also for managing all phases of production. She's also received 160 distinctions or more, which is, I basically just have this huge professional crush on her. So the key takeaway from this video, besides what a total boss Isabelle Tellier is, and that we're drinking, 1730 is when Chanoine Frères was started. I want to talk about how to open a bottle of champagne, or basically any bottle of sparkling. Now, you do you and do whatever makes you happy, and if you like the pop, then do the pop. But this is the sommelier approved method of opening a bottle of sparkling. So we're going to take off this bit of foil. You can take off the rest of it. You should. It looks nicer, whatever. The cage, that's what this is called. The cage will always be 6 turns. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now, the reason that there's a cage is there's a lot of pressure in here from all of that carbon dioxide. You're supposed to hold the bottle at about a 30-degree angle. And because this cork is basically shoved in there, making a mushroom shape, it has a weak point at the neck. And if you twist the cork rather than the bottle, you risk breaking the top off, and then you have the cork is stuck in your champagne. Nobody wants that. So I'm going to turn the bottle. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to turn the bottle, not the cork. And I'm also basically pushing the cork. Oh yeah, I am pushing the cork back in while turning. I don't even need to turn at this point. Oh my gosh. Wow, okay, that was 400 times louder than I wanted it to be. Yeah, this is a feisty bottle. You really want it to just go, and I nailed it on a few, but not on that one. Whatever, we got a pop, we're celebrating. So I also drink my champagne out of white wine glasses, which we can discuss yet again. Another episode. Despite that massive pop, I still have a lot of really nice bubble structure here. This champagne specifically also has a cool thing with the fermentation happening slightly warmer. Again, we can talk about that in our fermentation video. Look at these bubbles. These bubbles are sexy. That's honestly the only word I have for it. Oh, it smells like heaven. Definitely nice citrusy notes. This has to spend time on the lees, which we'll talk about, because I get some Really nice pastry notes. Oh yeah, that's nice. Oh man. Oh, that is glorious. And actually, if you don't like the sharp bubbles that pop, I can already, like, they're very gentle on the whole palate. So this one, True Champagne, I got it for $46, I think, from our local Total Wine. Sean Wonfer makes others that are, well, yes, Sean Wan. They have, actually, I wrote it down. I think they have a Blanc de Noir, a Blanc de Blanc, a Rosé, and I think a Cuvée Brut. So again, more information to come, but I'm trying to keep these videos short enough to keep you engaged. So go get some bubbles and have a wonderful rest of your day. And don't forget to subscribe so that you can keep up on all of the cool wine knowledge and be part of the NerdVine. All right, bye.